Nice intro for the morning. Fresh off a cold. Stay cold. Jeez. What up, Doc? You know, this gonna be the last one for like the next 2 years. Nah, I give it up. Caffeine Morning Show. Sticks.
AM Caffeine Show. AM Caffeine Show. What's up? It's your boy DOC.
It's your girl Marlo J.
And DJ Smooth Melody.
What's up, everybody? Today we have a very special episode of the AM Caffeine Show. First and foremost, we haven't been here in a couple weeks, so how's everybody been? Marlo, where you been? You got your hair done finally.
Hey.
The last time I'm telling you.
First of all, you're not gonna try me. That's one.
It was a little rough.
In front of my husband.
Oh,
no,
so,
right. Hey, what's up, Marlon? How you doing?
You got your hair done because of our special guest today.
Yeah, I heard he had an EP coming out, and I had to be ready so I could, represent the album style. It's about me and all.
Understood. Smooth D, how you been, homie?
Pretty great.
All right, so today, very, very special day, special guest, man. He's not only just a guest of the AM Caffeine Show, but he's family because he's been here before. What was that, like a couple years ago, right, Smooth? It's been a minute since.
Yeah, I think it's probably almost been like 2 years now.
Yeah, so today, the one and only, one of the dopest artists that I have come across. I've worked with a lot of people, and this guy here, man, I can't even explain his talent level. Like, it's really, really remarkable, man. And celebrating his new EP that came out yesterday, the letter J, the one and only, gosh dang it, our mother effing L. Oh, what's up, homie? How you doing?
Hey, man, I'm just happy to be here, man. How's everybody doing?
We good.
All good. So, RL, you dropped your EP yesterday. And before we even get into it, I just want to clear the air real quick. So the name of your EP is the letter J.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Our co-host, her name is Marlo J. Now, for some odd reason, he feels that the J stands for her. And I'm not trying to pee in her Cheerios.
Okay, so what? First of all, yes, you are trying to pee in my Cheerios.
Well, let me do this. All right, I was laying in the bed next to Marlo, and it just hit me this whole idea for this EP.
Oh, okay. So she wasn't. Marlo, I had no idea you came with that thunder. I didn't know you came with that thunder.
You've been trying to fight our love. You won't let
So yeah, this piece of work, this 4-song EP, man, is really, really dope. How did it come together, and how long did it take you to put it together?
Well, I'm always working. Like, I'm in the studio now, so there's hundreds of records that I'm just sitting on, and it's daunting as a veteran artist right now with streaming and the internet, and feeling like our audience isn't exactly what that works towards. So a lot of artists, I was doing an interview and they talking about Genuine said he wasn't even going to release any new music. You get to the point where you're like, man, why even do it? Like, people will come to our shows, but all they're going to want to hear is the classics. But people like you, B Flat, and other cats been around me like, no, you got to let this music be heard, because all it takes is one person to hear your material and it could be on and cracking again. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's the reason I always tell people, have positive people around you to support you and push you, because I'm not gonna lie, even as an artist that's had a lot of success, that I could literally probably never do another show. You know what I'm saying? No cap, not trying to be flexing or nothing, but I'm an artist first, and if you don't have the right people around you pushing you, man, it's depressing, especially with a pandemic and everything. So that's why I'm so happy to be here with y'all, because y'all can have anybody on the show. I mean, look, y'all got the intro banging out. He name dropping for y'all, man. I need to come up with the intro for y'all next. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go.
You sure do.
That's easy.
I was gonna say, how is it that you I don't know, maybe it is who you surround yourself with, but how is it that you found a groove to make music that would still be, that will be good now. Because I find that a lot of like veteran artists, they get stuck. They get stuck in the type of music that they're making, that it doesn't speak to the current generation, or it doesn't speak to the current listening audience. How is it that you have allowed yourself to be flexible, or is it who you surrounded yourself with that kept you young and hip and in the know or whatever?
Well, no, it's you that's flexible, but we're gonna
Yes,
get to
she
that later.
is.
Nah, seriously. To be honest, it's two things. I always say there is
Jack, shut up.
there's a fine line. There's a fine line between sounding dated and trying to sound too young, right? And I think you have to really watch that line. Secondly, you said artists. And I think sometimes we mistake performers or singers with artists. Me, I arrange, write, even produce now. So if I'm in tune with what's going on around me, that's not necessarily young, because in our urban society, I'm 43. That's not old in other cultures. But in our culture, we're more of the Ciroc mentality. Like, okay, you can put out something in a month later. Oh, that's cool. What you want now? What's new? We on something else. And I think that a lot of times we never treasure, artists until their funeral or until something happens to them. For me, when it comes to music,
Right.
I'm always in tune because I'm always creating and I'm always having people around me and I'm always open to learn. I think that there are artists that sound dated, but there's an advantage to that. Now, and I'll say this. People will say, you need to come out with another Too Close. Let's be honest. I could come out with a 10 banger and Chris Brown could have a 6 or 7. And the DJ is going to play Chris Brown. That's just what it is. So why would I try to compete with that? And with radio, when you really look at radio, they're playing probably the same 8 or 9 records. The only stations that they want to give us play on is the throwback old school stations. But they won't play my music. The only new music these stations play is new music that still sounds old. So there's advantages to still having that dated sound for some of these artists, because that's what a lot of these adult contemporary stations are looking for. I think artists like myself, the 12, Jagged, that still have a little edge to us, that still want to keep our swag, because we still out here in these streets. We're at a disadvantage, but we have to stay true to ourselves as artists.
So like you said, you're in the studio every day. You're constantly working.
When I'm not with Marlo, but yeah.
Right.
Right.
And that,
because we
that's
have quality time. That's our love language.
That's AM Caffeine After Dark. So we can talk. That's a whole nother platform. When you're sitting on all this music, are you sometimes apprehensive of like releasing it? Because of the success that you had before, do you feel like you got to kind of live up to that? So does that make you hold on to the music and not want to share it as much?
No, because I feel like I'm evolving and I'm confident that I'm better than ever. I think the issue is, I'll give an example. When we did Pull Up for Lil Duval and Ty Dolla $ign, that was the next record. And the label guy told me, he's like, this record will be bigger on Duval than it would be on Next, which is sad. Nothing against Duval because he's super talented, but we're a known commodity. You know what I'm saying? We have a fan base. But truthfully, again, it's that Ciroc mentality where it seems like, okay, that was cool. We just want you to stay over here, sing them songs we know. We'll sing along, go home, take a check, and be quiet, which is hard. So the real problem I have are the times that I'm second guessing. I'm going, well, I can go put this on somebody else and make way more money probably. But will they perform it the way I do? Oh, that better not be that other dude calling you.
The nobody just call me.
But yeah, that's the only time that I sit back. I'm like, well, damn, I could go sling this record to such and such, get a check and get publishing. But then I'm an artist at heart, so I think that's the hard part.
Right. Marlo J, you have something else? Because I want to
I got plenty. Okay, wait, hold on. I got plenty.
I'm
plenty.
Sure.
Plenty. But okay, so on the EP, Smooth D did the whole exclusive drop of
Appreciate
it and
it.
everything.
Thank you, man.
Oh, for sure.
Amazing. Like you only gave us 4. I take what I can get. But
I'm giving you 7 or 8 more at the end of October. So we got something new coming out after this. Like it's
oh,
a
so it's
whole,
rolling out.
yeah. RTV is a whole new project coming out. This is just I'll tell you what this is. This is going to the grocery store on Saturday. You know, you go and they got the little samples, and they know if and if they know if you like it, you're gonna go right to the aisle. I'm just trying to get people's attention, which is kind of sad that somebody that has accomplished as much as I have that has to remind people, hey, look at me. But I'm humble enough and I understand that the game changes enough that I'm gonna do whatever I got to do. This is me sending flowers. This is me putting that little note on your doorstep and ringing the doorbell and running. But I'm coming back.
Go ahead, Mark.
Okay, so but the one that caught me was, I think it's the single, the one with Janet Jackson sample in the beginning.
Get to
Trying
you.
to book
Get to
a
you.
flight
Boy,
right now. It's me on top of you. Just sounds so right now. What would you do if I was there, pulling your hair, ripping up your underwear? Yeah. What you like right now? 'Cause I need Marlo here. Here with me right now. Yeah, that's one of
did
my
somebody get
favorite
that
still.
soundbite? Did somebody get that soundbite? And he can send it to me ASAP.
So
Listen, at this point we go together.
whether he likes it or knows it or not, y'all.
Whether he likes it or not.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
happens,
shit.
and that's what I'm telling everybody. We go together, so.
So, you have a video for Get To You that is only a minute long. Why made you decide to do that?
Well, we started a company called Simple 60, and what I've realized is the attention span of people is pretty short. You have to really hit them over the head first 20, 30 seconds. You know what I mean? If they don't like it when they first hear it, it's like, okay, next. It has to have that beginning push where you're like, okay. And I know that people like to repost. We live in a social media driven world, and I wanted to give you something you can repost and share. Because truthfully, if I do something stupid, 1 million people know about it in 5 minutes. I put out great music. I'm lucky if 1,000 people know about it in 5 days. So I'm trying to find ways to integrate myself into how the world is now. Another thing is, truthfully, as 43, visually, I can't have a bunch of half-naked women in my videos. I can't compete with having the Bentleys and all that. So I'm going to give you 60 seconds, and it's going to be about the record. I don't have to sell you the record, because if you hear it and it's dope, the visuals just add to that. Nowadays, cats give you the visual, and that sells the record. When the record should sell itself. So I'm just trying to give you something to say, hey, look at me. I'm right here. Look, I've been working out. I'm all right now. Okay? Go
Yeah, I
spin
see
that
your
song.
pecs popping. I see your pecs popping. I was trying to see if you had bottoms on. I was like,
Marlo.
What?
You can't come on here. You like being real thirsty. Don't be real thirsty.
That's not thirsty. That's hungry.
So, you have this EP out. You said you're coming with RTV in October, which is what, 7 more songs?
7, maybe even 8, but yep.
7 or 8 more songs. So, is the idea for you to get back with a major label and get back in a machine? Do you like moving independently? What seems to work best for you, especially coming from such a successful group where you had a big machine?
I want the machine. People always say, well, there's more money when you don't. Well, for me, I have publishing. So when you write and arrange and co-produce all of your music, then teaming up with somebody where you don't have to worry about the publicist and have to worry about this and that and all these different moving parts, you know, it becomes a lot because it takes away from my creativity. I'm on the conference call and I'd rather be working on some new music. I like having dope people around me that can be dope at what they do so I can concentrate on what I do. I think people fail when they're trying to do too much and they want to do everything themselves, trying to be cheap. Secondly, it's a disadvantage for artists like myself that has been out and has success before because your audience expects it to look as quality as it did. So if you come out with a video in 2020 and it ain't on the quality of 1998, then they like, oh, such and such fell off. Mm-hmm. So you looking like HD quality, now look like you shot your video with an iPhone 4S and they looking at you like, What happened, fam? What happened? So you need that. It's that look. You know what I'm saying? Like there's some artists that, whether it's a major label or an investor, but you have to have some type of machine behind you. I feel in this climate because yeah, for the younger generation, they can use social media and all these different things that they have. But for the older generation, except for during this pandemic, usually people at work, the only time people on social media is when they nosy or to go on the shade room or something like that. Or they trying to check up on somebody so they can call the gossip. You see Cousin Leroy? You see his Facebook? You see that picture he put up? They just being nosy. So they not on there trying to really buy music. That you can't sell them that. Now, if it's tummy tea, some weave, a hair bonnet, yeah, you can sell that, but people aren't really trying to buy music off of Instagram. Not in my opinion.
Right. Go ahead, Marlo. I'm sure you have something else.
I think that if you threw a picture up, like a small thirst trap, threw a picture up showing your nice little pic, with the song, then we understand. We'll get to hear it more.
Well, there's a version of the video where I'm naked, but you never sent it to me.
Excuse me. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'm going to look for it. I'm sorry. I
on the
forgot.
dark
Let
web.
me go and find that.
You did mention, and I saw Marlo's expression because maybe she didn't even realize this, but you had mentioned that you wrote a song that was for Ty Dolla $ign and was Duval's single. What were those songs? Because I'm sure a lot of people don't really know that you're current still as a songwriter.
He said pull up.
Oh yeah, pull up. Yeah, pull up.
So you did pull up, and then you did a song prior to pull up for Duval as well, right?
I think it was after. It was High. We did High. It has, I can't remember who's on there. Devin the Dude is on there, which is dope. We have another record, which I guess I'm not supposed to say, but it's with Jeezy and Duval. So we've been waiting on all the stuff with that to work out the way it's supposed to. And there's a pretty big female that's supposed to be on the record as well. I don't mind being behind the scenes. I love that. I love creating for other people. That's beautiful. I love seeing other people's greatness shine. And if I can help with that, that's a blessing. But I just feel like there's a lot of music left in me, and I just want to be able to do that. And I think that having my daughter and seeing her and me pushing her made me realize, well, wait a minute, if I'm telling her all this, keep going, don't let nothing stop you, you can do anything, then what am I doing over here feeling bad about the fact that, maybe I can't release music like I want to? Put something out, shine. Even if it's 5 people to hear it and say it's dope, it's dope. So I think that she really inspired me to do that.
Yes, dope. Marlo, anything else? Because I'm getting the smooth.
Yes.
Play some of these
Okay.
songs.
Well, I don't know if we can play any of the songs right now, but I do have another question.
Go ahead.
So, okay, since you are an artist and you express your artistry mostly through music, do you have any other means or hobbies that you are looking into or that you're venturing out towards? Like, are you going to be doing some acting maybe, or any other kind of
anything else that I do creative is usually away from the limelight because to be honest, I'm a homebody. I don't even like going out. So I love working out. I ride my Peloton bike a couple times a day. Like literally when we get done, I'm getting on my Peloton bike again for the second time a day. I'm really big on trying to take care of myself. I'm a nerd though. I love gadgets. I literally, and Doc knows this, I bought a car that I've never even been in. I've never even been in one of them. I bought a Tesla that they're supposed to deliver because Doc told me, you love iPhones, you love gadgets, you should get this. So I'm like, okay, let me get it. So I'm a nerd. I like electronics, but besides that, it's Netflix. It's Netflix. Some murder mystery. I like some murder mystery.
Yes, I have a segment on our show called Marlo J's Watch List. What are you watching right now?
Well, I'm watching High Score on Netflix, but besides that, I'm loving the HGTV shows. Yep. I'm loving it. And then what was it? Fear City. It was like a really gangster thing with Rudy Giuliani and all that on Netflix about when they brought down the mob. I love informative stuff. And then lastly, Oliver Stone has a show on Netflix where he's talking about the real history. Like I learned about Henry Wallace, which was the vice president for Roosevelt, but they got him out because he was really about equal rights and all this other stuff. You never hear about Vice President Henry Wallace because he's throwing the peace signs, super cool white dude. So I'm learning about the real history.
What's the name of that show?
Let me find out. But I you know what? When I come by, I'll just make sure I put it on your list.
Okay.
Okay, I heard that. So, Move D, are we able to? Can we play some of these joints now? Let RL introduce them. We can let him go. How do you want to do it?
However you want to do it. Let's do it.
All right.
I mean,
so,
let's take care of him on the top half, and then we'll just bang out some joints on the end.
Pause. RL, once
Don't
again,
pause.
man. Like, let's take care of him on the back end. I don't know where Smooth was going with that, so we're just gonna make sure we clear that up. Hey, R, for real, man. Thanks for spending time once again with us. Releasing this great body of work. We look forward to our TV coming out in October. Anything you want to say in closing, Marlo, before we let RL go, or are you just gonna see him tonight? I don't know.
Yes, I love you. And I really love this EP. I love every song. I mean, that's why I felt like it was very current. Like I didn't feel like it was a veteran artist bringing out new music. I felt like it was a new artist bringing out new music. So
that's that hunger. That's that hunger. I think that's how every artist should be. It's funny because I have that same feeling I had when I was broke at my mom's house, to be honest, where I'm looking out the window thinking, if just one person hear me, they're going to see I got it and I'm going to make it. I have that same hunger today. I feel the same way. That's why I put this out. This is my audition tape. Let one person hear these 4 records. I feel like somebody want to give me the opportunity that I want.
That's what it is. So, RL, can you please introduce this new the first single off of the letter J, Smooth D? You get into that, then we'll get into the mix, man. And how can folks find you, RL, if they want to keep up with what you got going on? Give us all your social media stuff.
I'm Just RL everywhere, and then JustRL.com, of course. But you already know this. This is the AM Caffeine Morning Show. I feel so blessed to be on your platform. Thank y'all for having me. I can't wait to come out there when all this pandemic stuff is over so I can come sit down and really hang out with y'all. Yeah, thank y'all so much. Let's get into the first single off the letter J, which is my new free EP. Shout out to Jimmy and Terry. Get to you. Check it out.
There it is. AM Caffeine Show. RL in the building. Smooth D in the mix. Smooth D, let it go.
Wake up. It's time for the AM Caffeine Morning Show.
Every night I gotta go to sleep without you here, it's certain. You be sitting on the phone, really just beating me up. Got me wishing you were here with me right now. Let's making love. Yeah, cause I need you here with me right now. Driving me crazy. We gotta figure this out.